Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry in Bangor, Maine. And the thing I wanted to show you here is the Cole family's Land Transportation Museum. I've been to a lot of transportation museums around my travels, and I've already had a look in this one, and it is one of the best, in the top 3 or 4 maybe. So come on in with me and let me show you around. Everything is in this one big building. But first, there's one thing outside I want to show you, which is this covered bridge. It's just over a big gully here. And the reason why I wanted to show you this one in particular is because I've seen so many covered bridges, mostly in New Hampshire. And I've always wondered, why are they covered? What is the purpose of having it covered? Well, fortunately, that explains everything. And unfortunately, though, I've never found one big enough to get my motorhome through or could support the weight. Well, let's start with Snowplow Alley. See what's down here. Well, first here is a snow roller, something I'm not familiar with. I bet that guy is. And there's a sidewalk roller. Oh, and this big guy, that's so big because it's international. Yeah, these are for the big jobs. There's a big plow. And this black one. Here's a snowplow attached to a 1940 Ford truck. Can you guess what this stuff is and where it was used? This guy is clocked in for work and he is ready to get busy. Motor car is not very descriptive. It's on a railway track, and they got a huge engine here pulling one freight car and a caboose. They're going to go into the caboose. Let's go into the freight car. Oh, they got a theater set up here and some artifacts under glass mostly. I've been into several cabooses like this. That's where they sit to observe out the windows. Got a bedroom and a kitchen. If you wonder why trains don't use cabooses anymore, that's the cause of the video revolution. Now they just put a camera on the last car. The wireless camera is all it takes now instead of all this. And let's take a look inside here. This is a post office. And not sure what else this office was used for. Oh, look at this. This is a vending machine for Chiclets gum. I think it's mainly a train station. Well, now let's go down Fire Engine Lane. This first one's from 1923. That looks fairly modern for 23. Here's one from 1930. And they got one more down here. This is a 1935 truck cab that they converted. And they also got a hand pumper from 1912. They got 3 fire trucks from the 1940s. And this one is a 1927. Now look at this old thing. 1908. Wow, that's amazing. Look at all that intricate components there. This Tucker Snowcat is from 1952. And I did not know Ford made snowmobiles. How about that? They also have several really old tractors and related equipment up on top here, like a planter. Here's a tractor made out of a Model T. This is a 1913 Stanley delivery truck. Those Stanley steam engines. This is for a bakery. They got some pungs, which I've never heard of, but they're sleighs. And some really old motorcycles and some mopeds down here. And these are real mopeds, which no company makes anymore. These are from the 40s and 50s. In the 60s, this is what high school boys dreamed about. I bet you've never seen a jigger wagon. I don't think I have. That's a Cadillac hearse. That is luxury. And here's a horse-drawn hearse. You've got two horse-drawn. And then they got some really old bicycles. There's a bicycle built for two. And they got some soapbox derby cars. 3 of them here. They even got some really old baby buggies. And some kids' wagons. Here's something I guess they're not sure what it is. It says on here, Baby Junior. This is a 1961 Ford Galaxy Sunliner. In case you need to get some sun while you're driving. Guess what people thought this car looked like? A torpedo. Here's a 73 Beetle. Can you imagine manufacturing your own car from a kit? And this little guy is 1964 King Midget. And they got a pop-up camper here. There's the bed. We got a stove there. And another bed. You can still buy pop-up campers, but they don't really look like this anymore. Are you old enough to remember seeing any of these Burma Shave advertisements along some of the highways? I know I am. And they got a few more antique cars. And a collection of sleighs. Wow. And some more snowmobiles. Ski-Doo. This one is a Harley Davidson snowmobile. This one's from '65. And this one is called a Husky. Here's a sleigh for the whole family. And one for one little kid. I bet some kid had a nice Christmas. And the next row here has, remember what these were called? Conestoga wagons. And this kind of amazes me. This is a wagon that a dentist would come to you and take care of you right on his little horse-driven wagon. How about that? Here's a dairy wagon and an ice wagon. There's a sulky, and they got some more horse-drawn sleighs here. And the milkman cometh. Here's a paving roller from 1954. I bet you've heard this name before. And this truck cab is claiming to have ran 1,000,000 miles. Look at this old bus. 1933. Let's take a look inside. There's the steering wheel, driver's seat, and got a couple passengers. Got an oil hauler from 1920. 1919 Model T truck with those window covers, the plastic. This is a 1931 Oreo Royale. And next to that is an Army Jeep. And to be very inclusive, they've got a couple mobility scooters. And a church bell. There's an Army personnel carrier. And look at those wheels. I think they do have a pretty amazing collection here. Here's some Christmas presents to make some little tykes happy. Tricycles. Now this one is called a fire cycle. Well, I definitely recommend coming to this museum if you're in Bangor, Maine. Good day, folks.